Great, let's move along. So that was metrics. Now we're thinking about building further skills. So this is the last area of AIRS, if you like. And it really is, I work with GRED a lot, the Graduate Research, Education and Development. And so we've worked together to put together this module. And their view is really changed about your degree. So they're calling it a degree plus. So that's nice to note. Once upon a time, you come and do a higher degree and you would be we'd consider that as the output would be the thesis. Well, now it's very much about, yes, you do a thesis, but you are the output in terms of all the skills that you could develop along the way. And so the thinking has now enlarged to incorporate lots of different training, and really what training will you undertake in your higher degree that will help you get that job, get into industry, stay in academia, whatever that might be. So I'm really keen about this type of approach as well. So they have 3 pathways, and the first one is advanced, and that's really about focusing on your current research skills, but also developing the new ones. And this is identified on your website. Let me see, research students. And if we went to develop research and career skills, we've listed the training opportunities for you under these pathways. So the research skills, clearly academic vocabulary, academic writing, AIRS sits in the advanced section. But also then you have the career development, L for lead, developing your career, e-portfolio, the final frontier. That sounds full on, doesn't it? We're just at the beginning. Communication and collaboration, and then that idea of engaging, and that's engaging with industry. So demystifying, I guess, intellectual property, but entrepreneurship, financial and legal concepts for researchers, that sort of thing. So under each one of these, you will find more information. So this one's an online course, and you can see that it begins on the 25th of July 2020. And so there's a whole lot of different skill-based and capacity-based information here for you. And I would highlight that it's really important that you do the skills assessment, and that's something that GRED is very much pushing. So you've got the HDR skills self-assessment tool. So this is an example. I know a lot of you have probably gone there. I can't show you it because I'm not a high degree student, but you could click on that link and go in and start to rate your skills. So you're rating your skills in the advanced feature. So, you know, how do you rate yourself with academic communication? Do you have some experience? And they've given you ideas about what those examples might be. This is an important aspect because when you come into, say, for instance, doing your resume or applying for, say, more scholarships or some sort of grant, that sort of thing, you've actually identified the training that you've received along the way, and it will make it much easier for you to create that CV. So we've got time, we've got 5 minutes. I know a lot of you may have got started with your skill self-assessment tool, but part of AIRS is linked to this. So we'd like you to take 5 minutes to go in and just have a look again. Now that we're at the end of the AIRS workshops, have a look again and see whether there's any further gaps, if you've already been in there, to your academic, to the skills and capabilities that you want to create or develop along the way. Well, hopefully you had a little bit of a play with the HDR Skills Assessment Tool. I think it's a valuable tool and it's brand new to QUT, and I really think it's going to help when you write those CVs and all the other applications you're going to be writing along the way. It's a nice place, central place to be able to keep your information up to date and also to keep track of, you know, your development over time. So it's like, I suppose it's like the data management planning tool. It's a living document that you would go back to over time. So really that brings us to the end of AIRS 4. You've done amazing. So know that you can come back to the AIRS resources. Know that there's heaps and heaps of support. That there's lots of training opportunities through the library, through GRED, through ORID and eResearch. Your liaison librarian is going to be really, really helpful to you along the way, and hopefully you've already started to connect with them. And there is the Student Gateway research. So that takes you to that link that I showed you before we went into the training events. So that gives you a nice link out there. There'll be the faculty research support and training, as well as a Facebook page for research students community at QUT. So that's a really good one. And I've put the HDR Skills self-assessment tool there. Thank you for your interest and thank you for your engagement. It's been really great.